Hello everybody and welcome back to Starowies. Again, I hope I'm pronouncing that right because it's not the easiest of names to pronunciate correctly. But since the end of the last episode, we've just filled up ourselves with a nice trailer full of logs to go to our log splitting processor, or I think it's firewood processing mod. So we're going to take these over to here, drop them off, and I'm hoping at some point during today. So, brakes aren't as sharp as what I'd like to think. I'm hoping at some point during today that we will be able to. I've turned the interactive zone markers off, so we'll do that, and we now have 5,000 litres of wood, which is good. We're going to get on. We're going to get the barley finished, get that finished cut. Hopefully we will finish cutting the wheat field, because that's a rather large one as well. And in between we can look at liming and fertilising. But we'll drop this off here and we'll go get our grain trailer. So let's just back onto here, attach that, and we can now get over to the combine and then start combining that field, which it shouldn't do. We've done half of it, so it shouldn't really take us that long, I hope. But I'm going to have to really get used to this yard layout, because that's very deceiving, going straight into the pond. When editing the first episode on this map, I did notice that this combine seems to be very, very loud. So I'm hoping now that I have changed the game volume settings. So now when we jump in it, it shouldn't sound as loud, and hopefully you'll be able to hear me a lot better. Which probably for some of you is not what you would like. But right, quickly get this done, which I don't think it should take us too long. Those two barley fields now complete. What I do want to have a look at, because I didn't realise we own this field as well. At least I don't think I realised, because looking at it then I thought that's a nice little field that we could potentially buy, which for 5,000 is not a lot at all. But that is, let's get off, I don't want to be on that, let's go like this. That is definitely a wheat field. So, turn this off. So whilst we're here, it will be, before we go to the big wheat field, we might as well get that done before we start moving on. Which I'm hoping, if we, let's get that in the trailer, I'm hoping there is, it's just here. So that's our field, I didn't realise how close we were. So this is ours, which it's only got a 37% yield bonus, no fertiliser, so we shouldn't be getting a very high yielding crop from that. But right, we will take this to our grain silo, and then I may even look at baling, because I have seen the perfect baler for us. So again, let's pull into here. And the way to do this trailer is, it's not press I like you normally would, it's O. to tip it up to use it. Okay, I say that and it's now not working. There we go. Okay, I need to be in the trigger properly. So we go on to here, where round balers, the class Roland, which I think it's only 125, so it's one of the smallest bales, but it will do for us. And to rent it, what's go on to here? So we don't want to change anything there. To lease, £604, so it's not a lot at all for us. But what I would like to do, because I'm sure there'll be many people among you who don't like the fact that in the first episode I was using super strength, we're going to go on to here, and where is it? There it is, £3,000. Okay, well we better get that buy, so we can gather that up from the start as and when we need it. Right, presso, we'll take this down to the wheat field and then we'll have a look at just breaking things up a little bit and doing something else. So if I leave the trailer here, it shouldn't be in the way for turning around with the combine. And now we need to get to the store to go find our spreader, which the store here, so straight out onto the road, left, and we should come straight to it. And after a short drive, we arrive. I tell you what is very lovely is going from Oakbridge Farm to this. The drive between places is a lot shorter, which takes so much time out of actually trying to record your videos and whatnot. But right, let's go P. So we need to find the yield, and we are lime. We'll get 2 bags, but we can only get, I think we'll only get half of 1 bag in this, and I'm hoping with the front weight on here we should be okay for it not to be wheelies, because that would be rather interesting. So you can see that's our farm just there, so it's not a long drive. Oh, hold on, I forgot we got the extension, so 1650. Well, that's a nice bit of lime to put in there, because these fields, they shouldn't take too much, one would hope. But yeah, so this is the drive. Very, very minimal. You can see our header trailer still over there in the field. And we want to be, well, we can start off here, to be fair. Considering we're here, I can't remember what the working width was for it. So if we go like this, oh, it's fairly big. Oh, that's epic. I like this mod. That should make life a lot easier if I can make sure to get the whole field. But I'm out of interest. Does anyone know anyone who's watching, if you know when precision farming will be coming out, please do let us know, because that is something that I am very much looking forward to. And I will, if I don't implement it in my Oakbridge Farms Let's Play, in the next one after this, it may it will most likely be something that I would like to do, because it is fascinating about the whole, well, I know it's only a game, but working to the soil types, you know, choosing which crops suit which ground, and it saves you quite a bit of money in the long run when you're talking about your lime usage, your fertiliser usage, all that sort of thing. It does help. And this is where GPS would be handy, because I won't be wasting as much lime as what I am doing here by missing the edges and the corners. It's like a very excitable little dog wagging its tail. But anyways, that's 3/4 of a bag of lime gone. We should get this one, well, if we fill up again, we'll get that field finished. And this will be 2 fields done after we've done this bit, which that's a great start to the episode. We've got 1 done, and we've got these 2 spread with lime, which it makes like I say, I've said it already. With the smaller fields, it just makes doing everything a lot quicker than what you have with the bigger fields. But on the negative side of that, it gives you less time to think about what's going on and what's happening, because everything is just so quick. So for now, we're just going to reverse this into here, and we can leave this inside here. Try to keep this yard nice and neat and tidy, especially with it being so small. So we'll drop that off. Oh, we want to go forward. We can then turn that off, and for the first time, we better turn that off because we're not using it at the minute. For the first time, we can get into our Fendt, and we're going to have to take everything off because I want to set this up to be for our front loader work. So it is there. Okay, none of these sheds are free, so we may just have to leave this out in the open, just for the time being especially. So let's switch to the back. Let's drop that bit off there. Let's switch to our front. And we can drop this bit off here. And I can't believe I never noticed. We've got another bone. So we will definitely take that to help with us, because we may even at this rate be able to buy the roller baler. But we now need to, if we go up to here, because I need to think about getting a rear weight to make sure that we have the capacity to lift bales and bags and all that sort of thing. So if we go into these two, we can go. I've never put one of these on before, so I'm hoping, is it just, yeah, just drive under like that, and then let's get our forks. And whilst we're getting our forks, we will look at which weight could be the appropriate weight. Oh, hold on, I've just dropped the front loader off. So let's put that on, put the pallet forks on, and now let's have a look at the weight category, which that will be all the way down here. So ideally, I'd like to get a Fendt weight to go obviously with a Fendt tractor, but that's a ridiculous amount of money for something just to go onto the front. Is there? So that's John Deere, Claas. Do we just go for a John Deere one? It would be sort of colour coordinated, or can we, if we were to go with this, can we change the brands on any of these? No. What's that? 1.1 tons. We could change that to, is there a Fendt Classic Green, do we reckon it'll be for this? So I'm going to buy that, and just fingers crossed that will also attach onto our bale trailer, which we're going to go pick that up and buy some seed and some fertiliser so we're all ready for when we need it. You would almost think I colour matched the trailer for the tractor as well, which is something I didn't do, but there is a very uncanny match in colour. So let's see what happens now when we put, oh, that looks a lot bigger than what I was anticipating. Is this where just the tractor's now going to be doing going up on its front wheels? But at the minute, that is looking alright, which is a good, very good start. So let's just open our tines here, lift them up a little bit, and now straight through. So there is 2 bags we can now put onto the trailer. And I think if we get 2 bags of seed and 2 bags of fertiliser, we can't be far off with what we need for this first winter drilling. So just drop down. Oh, taking that bag with me. This is why it's always good to do these do these sorts of things in time lapses, because then you don't see actually how painful they can be. Right, let's get them down. Right, we'll buy 2 more and we'll get them loaded up. We are definitely going to need some more lime though. That is one thing we will be short of. So let's just swap to the rear weight. I think that does make life... the brake's not the greatest when you have that weight on. So we do sort of slide around quite a little bit. But we'll get this trailer on, get this out of the way, and then we can look at maybe try to do some harvesting. Because I don't really want to move on from this month until we have done the bulk of the harvesting. Wrong way. Until we've done the bulk of the harvesting, because I do know it's going to take a fair bit of time to bale and prepare these fields as best we can. Because I would like to look at also rolling in this Let's Play, because I know I don't do it in the Oakbridge Farm one. Right, let's get back to here. We can turn this on, let's put the auger in. And this field, I don't know whether this is going to take us a bit of time, because it is a fair size. I'm hoping, which isn't the best, but with it only being 37% yield, I'm hoping that this shouldn't take us too long. So again, apologies for time lapses, but we are going to have to look at going into another. So with this, if we empty now, this should now give us a full trailer load to go back, to take back to the yard. And then we may look at just hiring this baler now, so that gives us a different job that we can get on and do, just to break things up just slightly, so we're not just harvesting 24/7. But we will turn that off. Now we'll go find our Volvo. So that combine, I don't know whether it's the gears on it, but it seems to, when you come into contact with the straw swaths, especially when you're putting it into reverse, it seems to slip and really struggle, which isn't a bad thing. It's just something that I have noticed, and I don't know whether since the newest patch, which I think it's adjusted your steering, not sensitivity, I can't remember what the word is now, but it's adjusted something to do with your steering, and I find that combine is now pulling to the right whenever you're driving, so you've got to keep sort of very much concentrated on what you're doing and keep the steering wheel just ever so slightly tilted to the left. But it could just be the combine, as I haven't had that in any of these tractors just yet. We also need to look, well, I need to look into pigs to find out what food they need, because there's no point getting rid of all this if we can just get a few pigs on the side to keep going. Let's press O, and we can now take this back to the field so it's there, because we shouldn't get another full trailer load. But it's very promising that if you look, that's just over 7,000 litres there, and we still, keeps the trap. That's just over 7,000 litres there in a field that was 30% fertilised, So we're looking at 10,000. So, if we do this right, we should hopefully be getting 30,000 litres out of this in come next harvest time. Right, let's go on to here. Let's find balers again. Round balers. Class Roland. Let's lease. That's 640. So it should. I don't quite know how long it'll take us to do all this, but it shouldn't be too long a job. I was just lucky as we went past at the firewood processor, and I was thinking, why is that taking so long to process a bag of firewood? And then it dawned on me that I may have put wood into it, but I never activated it. So that is now activated, and hopefully we'll be producing some. It'd be lovely if there was some by the end of the episode, but I can't be quite sure on that. But this Roland, it's a lovely, lovely little baler, lovely baler, and we cannot forget that field there, which is absolutely tiny. And we also must remember that we still have the oat field to do. So for round balers, I do have not the unload bale early, but the round baler extension mod. I do have that installed because I do find that so handy. Like, I prefer square balers, but for a map like this, you'd need a lot of horsepower, unless you had the John Deere balers come out, which they were on. Well, I only played FS22, so they were on FS22. I think they were only £12,000. So they were very, very cheap alternative to get what you needed and wanted. So so I've got the round baler extension mod on here. So that means it should slow the tractor down when it comes time for the bale to unload. And I also have, which it'll be something that I would imagine I have in every Let's Play. So you'll see when I get to here, you'll see it'll start taking a bit from the next pile, from the next swath. So that's just to help, so you don't have those annoying little bits when you're driving around, especially if you're missing little bits and pieces. We better put on, not unload, where is it? It'll be automatics as Z. So we put that on. My foot is flat to the floor, but the tractor is driving very, very slowly. So I'm still foot flat to the floor, and it's emptying. It is a brilliant, brilliant mod, but unfortunately I think it's only for PC players, which is one of the many reasons why I swapped from console, which originally I was on a PlayStation 4, so I swapped from that and got myself a PC, which in the meantime I do have a PlayStation 5 now. It'll be lovely when we can finally afford to get ourselves a modern tractor. It doesn't need to be anything severe with horsepower, but just to have that extra bit of speed when you're on the road, driving, and mainly the gear change. If you could get something with an automatic gearbox in it, it shouldn't be as stuttery as what these can be at times. But anyways, we will crack on and we will try and get this field, well at least this field, completely done. tell the previous owner of this farm did not look after these crops. Must not have had a care for how they were to be, and must have known that they were leaving. Because they're 5,000 litres of bale, so there's 20,000, 30,000, 35,000 litres of straw, which is very, very minimal. But what I will say is thank you very much for watching. I hope you have all enjoyed it. It's been a bit of a slow one, nothing really much major to report, but thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you again in the next one. Bye for now.